Hey there guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna bring you guys with me to a groundbreaking event, or at least that's what this company calls it. It's actually an event to inaugurate a piece of land or the apartment that they have built up. In this video I'm gonna let you guys see my quote-unquote workflow on event photography, and also the mistakes I've made when shooting for this event. First of all, I do like to apologize because of the shakiness of the footage, and also my first mistake that isn't really photography related, but you guys can't really see the scenes because of the position of my action camera. But I hope the pictures can do justice of actually showing you guys what I captured that day. So apart from the mistake of angling my action camera, I actually forgot to even put it on before I started the day's work. So the pictures you saw at the start were the pictures that I took before I actually put on and turned the camera or the action camera on. So again, I really apologize. Photography wise, especially on the first half of this job, I'm grateful that I didn't make that many mistakes. To be honest, I'm not much of an event photographer, so you'll see me just standing around waiting for some moments that I might shoot or I might have missed, and I treat it more like street photography, getting those candid shots instead of interacting with the people to pose for the pictures. So if you're wondering why I just stand around a lot, that's my reason for that. But since my job requires me to multitask, I do almost all types of photography that makes sense for the magazine. So in the case of events like these, I'll usually just warm up, like I said, taking candid pictures like a street photographer. And then if I've warmed up enough, I will interact with the people and then ask them if they could pose for a few pictures here and there. But I think you guys can get the gist of it just from seeing me walk around and just taking some random pictures of people. So here was my first mistake. I was supposed to take a picture of the VIP operating the digger, which I got a close-up shot of, but I didn't anticipate him to just do it for a really short while. I was planning to take a wider angle picture of him doing the work, but even before I could go for a different angle, he already finished. I know this doesn't look that exciting, and it generally isn't, but this is just part of the job. I'm taking pictures of people, the VIPs, them posing. If you guys are ever thinking of getting into event photography, this is what you could expect. So here's where the first of the big mistakes happened. I wanted to use flash and a higher shutter speed to stop the action of these lions. But as you can see from the picture coming up, you'll notice that the lower part is really dark compared to the upper part. I think most of you know what my mistake was, but for those of you who don't, I accidentally used a faster shutter speed than what my camera can sync with the flash. So when that happens, black bars will appear because the shutter couldn't keep up with the flash. So here's the part of the job where they had a lion dance, and I really wanted to capture the action, so I put my camera in burst mode and also increased the shutter speed to 2000 of a second. And with that faster shutter speed, I was able to capture my favorite picture of the day. So if you remembered me saying I increased the shutter speed to 2000 of a second, well, here's where my last mistake happened. I actually forgot about it. So these indoor pictures turned out really underexposed because of that. I know through your screen right now it doesn't look that bad, but I really had to amp up the exposure, and the grain was, for me at least, a little unbearable, and I felt embarrassed about it. So because of that, I didn't really feel like I did my best on the second half of this job. So here's me trying to figure out why my flash just wasn't bright enough. I was taking a few test shots, and I noticed that the scene was still dark, but I didn't really bother to check the other settings apart from my flash settings. So I guess the main lesson to take here is, even though some people will say that the settings on your camera won't or doesn't really matter, but if you're doing a professional job, you should always remember to keep in mind your settings. You don't want to make the mistakes that I made in this job. I know these next few images would look decent for you guys, but when I first got them into my computer, I seriously thought that they were unsavable. But still, even with the mistakes I've made, I'm glad that technology, specifically Capture One, could help me get some details back from the pictures. Oh yeah, and I'm also glad that I shot in RAW rather than in JPEG. I guess that's it for the video. Hope you guys could learn a thing or two from this video, especially from my mistakes. See you all in the next one.